Hello there! So I'm glad I've left it 24 hours before I've done this video, because I've wound my neck in a bit now, folks. I still don't know what I'm going to do at the time of filming this, what I'm going to do for my thumbnail. I was going to do something like, for FFS. I was going to say I'm done, I'm through. It's a bit sort of hit and miss, really, the live stream last night, or it's a little bit hot cold, should we say, or love hate, I don't know really. The overriding factor with myself is that I don't like these big cards. I think it's just so annoying. But, oh man, I've said this before, but it's kind of bittersweet, because if they are only going to release these big cards now, which don't match the rest of my card stock, and they certainly don't, you know, match the traditional size of a Kenner card, I don't want to buy two. So you've lost the sale, Hasbro, you know what I mean? And do you know what? But maybe that's a good thing, because I am so full that it saves me a hassle, doesn't it? But then there's the problem with that. The thing is that this guy right here, Hammerhead, Mamaw Nadon, is a 96 guy, and that is what I'm trying to break down my collection to now. Just the, you know, original trilogy and TVC 1.0, basically. So now the fact that I can't have him carded, well, I could, but I don't want him carded. He's the wrong size. It's all right for some of you if you keep your card backs in a DC deflector case like my man, Daniel Chart, does. He's fine. Or if you just put your cards on a shelf, because, you know, you can sit them on a shelf. Like I've got those sat over there. I've done for weeks now. I need to get them open. It's fine. But if you've got them in a star case like I do, or even acrylic case that is the Kenner size card proportions, then this is, you know, bad news. I don't like them, and they're pathetic. I don't want to go off on a rant again about this, but they're unnecessary. We've had huge characters before that fit in a traditional sized bubble, and even if you've had a big bubble, you can put that on a normal sized card. When I look at the image from the live stream of the character, they've spread all the gear out in the pack. This is just a normal character here. They could have condensed it all and put it all close together, you know? All his accessories and stuff. I'm not buying it, man. I'm not convinced that there's a reason why they need to be on big cards. Other than, you know, the bubble is wider, and with a wider card, you're seeing the image. I can totally meet you halfway and understand that. You know, I'm not stupid. I can understand potentially the logic, but the bubble didn't have to be as wide, in my opinion, man. They could have made a wide bubble or a mid bubble, whatever, but they could have had the character in there. He's tall, yes, he's whatever he is, but they always pack them in, get their limbs in, and their accessories can either be right next to them or beside them, even behind them if you're running out of space. Sorry, let's get that right there. So, yeah, overall, I'm just getting a bit fatigued with it all anyway, folks, to be honest with you. I haven't really, you know, apart from a few things backstage I'm doing deal-wise, I'm collecting loads of things in my carded room. I've been collecting variants and stuff. I've not really thought about the hobby for a while. But then, you know, I walked in here earlier. I've not been in here for days now, and I must come in here and tidy up. And it reminds you just how great everything is. I love it. I love the collection room. It's brilliant. I walked in here and I thought, wow, I don't hate the hobby. I love it. That's why I do it. And I have a channel, and it's a byproduct of everything. But I feel like there's pressure to make a video to respond to the news. And of course, a lot of you follow the channel. You want to know what I think about these things. But I can't get enthusiastic about these things they're doing that I think are just mistakes. And I think this cardback thing is really starting to bloody piss me off now, man. It's ridiculous. I think it's wrong. Look at this card back here from Captain Scarlet. Bear with me a minute. I opened this figure the other day. I bet you any money. They're not even Hasbro. They're not even the same franchise. I bet you any money this card back matches the proportions of classic Kenner. So why the hell are Hasbro making a card back now bigger? But here's the stupid thing. You have lost the sale, Hasbro. You ain't gonna. I am not buying two of them. I'm buying one to open, and then that's me done with you. I refuse to buy and keep a card back carded. Because number one, I've got nothing to keep it in because star cases are made for traditional Kenner sized card backs. I know there's other alternatives, but I'm not doing it. And then you've done it in the past with characters that don't even need it, like that Sabine Wren that came with the wolf, whatever that creature was. And all her accessories were spread out in this ridiculously large bubble. Bruh. And I refuse to believe it. He's a big guy, Mamaw Nadon, but he didn't need a bubble, a card. Yeah, he did not need a bubble that big. You could have packed it tight, got it in there, just like you did with Yakface, just like you've done with Chewbacca, or whoever else that's a big character. Gamma Guard. It's just, oh my God, who's making these decisions? Well, tell you what, you've lost my second purchase. And you're lucky, but people like me, we buy stuff twice because we want to open it and then we want to keep it carded. But it's just wrong. So that's all I wanted to say on that. I know that's quite a long rant, that, but I just thought I'd honestly tell you what I think about it. Then they showed us an alternative cardback for Ponda Barber. I've got to tip my hat because, you know, these alternative cardbacks is something I have been asking for so long. Tim, Bosk's Bounty, also, we have been begging for alternative cards. So at least you've done that. And it tips a hat to the original cardback for him. One thing that Daniel Chart mentioned, I've always been happy with this figure. But I know there's customs out there of him. They've popped the head, boil and pop, whatever, and they've put the Power of the Force head on because and I admit I've seen that custom, and it does look more like how he looked on screen. That's better. I'll zoom in on him. So they've changed the colour a little bit of him, and it's just an alternative of him. If you never got hold of him previously, then now you can. He was available, though, in the UK. He did come out again in the Black Series, so I know a lot of people who do have it loose, but if you were somebody who never did, because I can't comment on anyone who's outside the UK, but if you were in the UK, this guy was swinging on pegs for £3.75 for a long period of time. And Evazan is back. We saw the Evazan figure. I can't remember what they said about that. I did watch the live stream just now. Today I'm filming this on Thursday. Live stream was last night. I didn't even watch it. I was just busy doing something else. And I saw these images. Daniel sent me the pictures of what was revealed, and it was what it was. Going back to Hammerhead, the figure itself, I'm not even convinced. I mean, this is a really good looking figure of him, but I do like the soft goods they've put on it. But Daniel was saying how he wasn't sure it looked right. And I have to say, my first look at the character, when I saw the figure, I thought, something did seem wrong, you know. It's something, I don't know what it was, the colour or something, but I did like the fact he's got soft goods because you can sit him down now. This new one, anyway. This one you can't. He's just a standing figure, really. But and that's going to be good for the cantina, get him sat down. But just something just didn't seem quite right. Let me know what you think about that. That's interesting. And what else? Oh, and of course the speeder. Now this is a really good one. This is the original one from TVC, and it's not bad. As I've said many times, and I'll repeat myself again just for the purpose of this video, the weathering on this is actually pretty decent. I think I saw a review of this original release years ago, and I thought it looked plain. But no, it's actually really decent, this. But this newer one has got way more, much more weathering on the front, it seems. And also, it seems a little bit grayer. I did get the 6-inch one. I've sold that since, but I got the 6-inch Land Speeder just because it was going so cheap on the first-hand market, actually. I think it was either In Demand Toys or somebody, but I remember theirs had more kind of like grey. The paint application's different, so I think they've altered this new one to reflect that. But again, I haven't got the images in front of me as I'm recording this. I'm just doing this from memory, but I can put them up on screen. But I'll be happy to do a comparison when the new one comes. And everyone was right. It was kind of teased, and they did say that. Jing and Emily talked about how it was teased in that poster. They acknowledged that. And it was, you know, again, I know I'm moaning about the cardback sizes, but I'm so happy to see them, you know, with that poster, the Tatooine, the Return to Tatooine poster, of which they added Ponda Barber on there. They said, let's add them to the poster. And it's great that they are doing that. So I'm still thankful that they are at least catering for the original trilogy and the original film, Star Wars. That's brilliant. But let me know what you think. Hey, I'm just not happy with the big card. I think it's just, it sucks, man. It sucks. But yeah, as I say, I came in here earlier and I thought, my God, my collection room, I've kind of forgotten all about this because, you know, collecting Star Wars isn't all I do. I have other things that go on in my life, so they keep me occupied and entertained. So yeah, that's the latest from them being Hasbro, and let me know your thoughts on it, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm going to shut up there because otherwise I'll prattle on for even longer. Thank you for watching. Oh God, I didn't even mention the Mandalorian. But yeah, I only because I didn't really like season 3. Those troopers are pretty cool looking, I have to say, but they have now, you know, showcased those. It was all right, season 3, wasn't it? But just wasn't as great as the other two, I have to say. And I've got to also mention in closing now, speaking of positivity for the future of Star Wars, I'm really looking forward to Andor, I have to say. Can't wait for that. That's coming soon. New trailer came out recently. Looks good to me, man. I hope it kicks ass. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only One. Out.